Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News. I'm Ben, and as always, I'm hanging out with Mike,
Hello,
Claire,
Hey.
and Pete.
hello.
And this is our sister show to Cut into the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, where we bring you the weirdest shit we found on the internet this week. We've got a follow-up article this week on a...
Woohoo! Well, that's coming later.
That's coming later. That's for Pete. Got that for Pete.
Good.
Yeah, it could be weird, it could be macabre, it could be gruesome. Either way, it's the weirdest thing we can find, and we brought it to you in an easy-to-follow, one after the other format. Let's commence. Oh, and by the way, you can follow us on Facebook at Cut into the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. You can listen to us on SoundCloud and most of the podcasting platforms at Cut into the Ball in the PTA. And you can listen to us on YouTube at Apocalypse Ball. Give us a like, a subscribe, a comment. Let us know you're there. Reach out and touch us.
Touch me. Touch me, I'm sick.
Mudhoney, wasn't it? Yeah. Which band was that? It was in Mudhoney.
Steve Arm.
That was an amalgamation of grunge bands, wasn't it?
I think the bassist used to be in Mother Love Bone.
Which went on to be Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, back to
We sounded like uncles then.
back to weird news.
This is we're at age though now, Mike.
Yeah.
We're uncle age now, guys. I'm Claire. We're 40. We're all 40.
Speaking about dinosaur bands.
We're uncles. Right, now, according to the End Time Headlines .org,
reputable organisation.
reputable organisation, a reputable media outlet, I am absolutely positive of.
No, this was all over Twitter this morning
Was it?
when I woke up. Yeah.
Yes, I did see this. It was quite an odd one, isn't it?
Yes. Let's start with the headline. Pentagon UFO chief says alien mothership is in our solar system. Possible.
Possibly, that should be, shouldn't it?
Yeah, they got a bit of a typo there, haven't they?
Come on, when Times Headlines.org, you've let me down straight away.
And proof that our reader was put in front of me.
Fuck you, San Diego.
Now, there is a possibility that extraterrestrial motherships and smaller probes may be visiting planets in our solar system, the head of the Pentagon's Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Research Office noted in a report draft shared on Tuesday. An artificial, this is quoting them, I'm going to quote them, an artificial interstellar object could potentially be a parent craft that releases many small probes during its close passage to Earth, an operational construct not too dissimilar from NASA missions. Sean Kirkpatrick, director of the Pentagon's all-domain Anomaly Resolution Office, wrote in a research report co-authored by Abraham Loeb, chairman of Harvard's University's Astronomy Department. So, director of the Pentagon's all-domain
Anomaly.
Resolution Office.
Now try and say it
Right.
without anybody telling you
No,
first.
I've done that bit. And chairman of Harvard University's Astronomy Department. Right? Two fairly well qualified people, would we not agree?
Potentially.
One
Don't
would.
know them personally, but yeah.
Well, according to a report from the Military Times, Kirkpatrick, who was appointed as director of the AARO when it was founded in July 2022, that's the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office.
Nearly.
Close.
It was close enough, I guess.
Yeah. They were just established to investigate unidentified objects of interest around military installations, according to a Pentagon press release. Loeb, on the other hand, gained notoriety when he proposed our galaxy had been traversed by its first visitor from outer space in October 2017. At that point, the Pan-STARRS telescope in Hawaii detected an object moving through our solar system at a speed that caused some scientists to to suggest it was from another galaxy.
A Moa.
Yes.
We've touched on that in other episodes, haven't we?
We certainly have. But he's saying that on a Moa may well be a mini probe or the mothership itself spraying mini probes out.
Now, it wasn't a futurist saying that we were going to get, like, visit from
TikTok time
aliens.
traveller.
Yeah, wasn't we going to get something from aliens this year?
The
at some
champion.
point?
But
The champion alien.
remember, we said that my birthday, there was something going to happen close to that, and we're well past that now. We're a week past that, and that hasn't happened. I'm sure it was all the 1,500 most intelligent people are taken off the planet. Oh, we haven't found out about it. Nice conspiracy thinking, Claire.
We still haven't found
Get
the
that
dragons.
tinfoil hat on.
We still haven't found the dragons in Mexico yet either.
No.
No, that's true. Unless we have.
Smithsonian's got them.
The Smithsonian, the British Museum's nicked them and stuck them in a crate in the bag.
Back
Finders
to this.
keepers, fuckers.
Back to the mothership then.
Is it a continuation of soft disclosure? Is there some? We've had all these things shot down over America. One was described as being tic-tac shaped,
Yeah.
and
I've heard rectangular shape.
I've heard rectangular too. Are they probes? Are they drones? Are they our own shit that we're testing? Are they spy
That's the
balloons?
question, isn't it?
If they're spy balloons, tell us they're spy balloons and not UAPs. Don't hit us with all these little teases about Pentagon officials saying things like this and saying things like, oh, they're UAPs. If a Pentagon official is saying a UAP, I'm thinking it's a tic-tac now.
But they're not saying just UAPs, they're saying an alien mothership could be entering our solar system.
And sending out these little things.
Which is a possibility, but
Absolutely.
why are they saying this?
What would the fucking government do if they did just turn up? Like, the governments around the world, would it just,
Shit. That's what they'd do.
Shit
They'd all
themselves.
shit all at once. You'd hear this big, noisy.
I think everyone would, wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, so that, it's in
We've
their
all
best...
watched Independence Day.
There'd be if Independence Day happened, if motherships rocked up over the major city, if the mothership rocked up in orbit, and then if we go for the Independence Day scenario,
Yeah.
all these smaller ships over cities that are still 15 miles wide, and you're under one of them, are you staying or are you getting the fuck out of there?
I'm on
We're
top
going
of
to
the
fucking Wales.
You're going to Wales. I'm on top of the Nakatomi Plaza in Telford with the sign saying "Bring back Elvis."
You're underneath its central weapons point.
You wouldn't have one over Telford.
We would eventually, because it'd move from city to city, and then obviously you go down the chain of larger towns and military installations.
We'd have the one from Birmingham.
Manchester, Birmingham and London.
In this country, it would be Manchester, Birmingham, London, which is backbone, which is the communication system we have in this country.
They'd be a bit scared to go over Scotland, wouldn't they?
Is he pelted
just
by
build a
empty
wall.
tenants cans?
They'll just build a wall. Wall them off. You ain't going there.
They're not going to go to Liverpool either. All their lights and that would get smashed, and everything they had on there that was worth anything would get nicked. And
Well, it's in the government's best interest to, be totally open, isn't it?
The thing is, Independence Day
When
happens.
do the
even if
governments ever do anything in our best interest? It's always in their best interest.
just go back to Independence Day for a second.
Right.
Even if that spaceship's over Birmingham, we are looting the shit out of that Tesco, aren't we? Let's face it. People are panic buying.
Well, yeah, I'd be straight
Straight away. You'd be straight away
down fucking
bottling
Aston.
water as much as you could. Anyone would be panic buying because it's got we're pre-programmed to the fact that
I
it's
think
going
mine would be cracking skulls, mate, to get to it. Crowbar everywhere. You fuckers.
I'd be nicking heavy.
You're stoving skulls in with a crowbar to get to the
Yeah.
bug roll.
I'd
All for one, no motherfuckers!
I'd be nicking heavy fucking machinery. I would, and I'd be drilling into the fucking side of. I'd be drilling into the side. No, I'd be drilling into the side of the fucking Reekin and making me some kind of safe house in the middle of the Reekin.
What the fuck? It's going to take forever.
How would it?
You've got, in Independence Day, you've got like 12 hours, mate. You ain't making a complex series of subterranean Nazi bunkers.
No, I'm digging a fucking hole deep enough to survive like nuclear
Wait a minute,
blasts.
you're going to survive in a deep hole. The air's only coming in, you're going to be airtight, you're going to be filtered. You know this.
I'll have.
No, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck did you do? I don't know.
Well, you volunteer, you pick up your laser gun and you go to the front with the rest of us poor grunts and defend the planet.
I'll go fucking Astor. and then Wales.
Yeah,
She
you've got
needs
the
to-
idea.
you've got-
Welsh
you
mountains somewhere where it's remote.
Yeah.
An old mine, an old abandoned mine would be great.
Yeah. Prepare people.
That was,
The aliens are coming.
that was kind of my thoughts on drilling into the Wrekin. Like,
If you start now,
yeah.
right now,
I'll go nick a
an industrial drill
Yeah,
and we need some thermal lances.
yeah, and lots of cement and metal
Doors.
doors and cement.
And a filtration air system.
Yeah. We need lights to grow food.
Yeah, I need a hydroponic system.
We need a hydroponic system, we need seeds, we need dried rations, we need boil in the bag stuff, we need water.
Let's get on it, guys.
Oh, I'm just slitting my throat in this case.
Mike, you haven't even know there's an alien spaceship yet, don't do anything, mate. Bit of an overreaction.
Anywho, enough of the end of the world.
The aliens are coming, that's what I'm saying. Project Bluebeam.
Police suspect no foul play over body of man found wrapped in plastic and rolled up in a rug.
No foul
No,
play.
no foul play.
Did it all himself.
It was
That's
Houdini.
mafia.
Detectives are not currently investigating the death as a homicide. Police in the US have said they don't suspect foul play in the death of a man whose body was found wrapped in plastic and rolled up in a rug. Nathan Millard's body was discovered on March the 6th near Scenic Highway in Baton Rouge when a passerby noticed his severely decomposed remains in a plastic wrapping and rug in a vacant lot. Lovely.
Yeah.
It smelt that first.
The police chief said the coroner's report showed the victim had no evidence of internal or external trauma and confirmed the death is not currently being investigated as a homicide. Yeah, but surely you want to know who wrapped him up and dumped him in a fucking parking lot?
Well, the plot thickens.
Does it?
Read on.
Okay.
His wife.
His wife Amber explained that he disappeared while he was on a business trip with a client. It's a nightmare that I want to wake up from, she said. He was first reported missing on February the 23rd after leaving Happy's Irish pub in downtown Baton Rouge in the early hours of the morning.
Can I just put out, I also want to go to Happy's Irish pub in downtown Baton Rouge. That place sounds fucking amazing.
But it's shit.
It's probably just a dive bar. I love it. There's Irish music playing. I want to go there. I love an Irish pub. Oh, sorry.
CCTV captured him going to a bus station where a security guard offered him a lift home. Millard can be seen declining the offer and didn't appear to be in any distress. The security guard offered to call him a ride, get him an Uber, to call the police for him. He didn't appear to be in distress. She just felt as though he was out of place. He declined that offer and he left of his own accord. He never returned to his hotel, and when he didn't show up in a meeting with the client the next day, the client called police to do a welfare check. His phone and wallet were found in the street several blocks away from a hotel. Millard's family is worried he died of an accidental overdose, according to the TV station. Authorities said they aren't able to comment on whether drugs were involved in the man's death, as the final autopsy and toxicology report is yet to be handed down. Captain Hines said during...
One of 57.
He's got 57 theories on him. He said during the press conference it does appear that he was left there, and that's most likely not where he died. I don't want to go into details on our investigative efforts, but efforts are underway to locate and to talk to whoever may have put in there. He added, we will ask whoever put in there if something happened, if there was a moment of panic, come forward. We just want to know what happened to him.
So we've got the possibility of an OD with some skaghead he met on the street, or mate, and they panicked and wrapped him up in a bag and threw him in a
Why
parking
would you do
lot.
that? Why wouldn't you just say this guy's, fucked up?
I don't know. Panic.
Police and run,
Yeah, possibly he's murdered.
Wrap them up in some plastic and a rug and fuck them off. Would you?
I don't know. I don't know these people. I don't know. I just think, he fucking starts spazzing him. He violently dies, and then they think, fuck, what we're going to do? No one will believe it was that. And they just panic, innit? And I'm on my last strike, maybe. You roll him up put him in a plastic bag, roll him up in a rug, ditch the body.
I think we've got to wait till the toxicology report myself. Tell us everything, won't it?
That's one possibility. The other possibility, he was drugged and murdered.
Someone still put him...
No, they said there's no internal or external...
He could have been overdosed as a part of the murder.
Maybe.
Deliberately overdosed.
Yeah.
Could be a serial killer running around and no one wants to admit it.
A Dharma type.
He's eating them.
No, but he was drugging them up.
Well, he was drugging them up. That's true.
Could be the beginning of an escalation.
Could be an escalation. Could have been an accident, this. Could have been an accidental death as part of a serial killer's journey into his own exploration of discovery. It could have been an accident, could have been an accidental death. Next one maybe won't be. Maybe he likes killing now.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on it.
It's dodgy.
Yep, moving on.
Man serving 15 years for homicide tries to escape prison disguised as a sheep.
Well, we've got a lot of animal disguises tonight.
Jose Luis Cadelias Diaz attempted to escape from Concha Cacuno, a maximum state prison in Bolivia, earlier this month, wrapping himself in a sheepskin and crawling through the grassland surrounding the jail.
You know what? That is fucking amazing.
There's
You see something on his legs.
Oh yeah.
There's a picture of just wearing like a sheepskin jacket,
Yeah.
blue jeans, crawling through the grass, trying to be undetected.
What a knobber.
Oh, it's terrible.
He's serving 15 years for homicide. You know, it's pretty best he doesn't get out.
Well, yeah.
Despite his sneaky attempt, security noticed Diaz, who was serving 15 years for the homicide, as you say, and was not in his cell.
Oh, he's known as El Aranya. I don't know what that means, but
He's going to be known as Sheepy from now on.
maybe that's the sheep.
Sheep boy, yeah. Photos of his bizarre attempted escape show the prisoner crawling around on all fours in a field with a fuzzy coat.
Can we just also ask the question, where did he get the sheep's coat?
That's what I was wondering.
Someone sent it in, or maybe...
Did they send it in, or did he kill a sheep out? He managed to get out, kill a sheep, and wear it, and then make it into a coat.
Maybe he's mates with one of the chefs who...
They'll try anything,
from the
won't they?
butcher, or-
Bloody hell.
Maybe someone smuggled it in.
up their ass.
Yeah.
There's a lot to smuggle in though. It's a full-on
whole
sheep's coat
sheepskin.
for a man.
A whole sheepskin up his ass.
I've seen some weird videos on that.
You know what? It doesn't surprise me.
Well, he's got one of the farmers next door to, you know, must be a sheepskin. Through the what's it called? Through the...
Yeah, pass me Dolly a minute. I just want to borrow her.
Yeah.
It's a Bolivian prison. They've got armed guards up the
Yeah,
arse.
they're probably corrupt as fuck as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, a valid point, to be fair.
They'll get it in. They get anything in, don't they?
Still, it's genius.
No, not really.
He's lucky. Nah, he's lucky he wasn't shot. Really.
Yeah, but come
No
on.
one's going to shoot a sheep, are they?
Not if you could see his legs, Mike.
No,
Yeah,
you
you would if you
Shot
could
him in
see
the
it
arse,
as
wouldn't you?
yeah. If it had a
I'd
jean
have-
sticking out of its
If it
ass,
actually had some sheepskin leggings as well.
it'd be a
He'd
really
have looked
long
like a right
sheep.
fucked up sheep.
really,
Yeah.
really long, like a sausage dog sheep.
Think about it, it's dark, he's got dark jeans on. Obviously the white, the sheepskin's going to show up. He keeps his head down, crawls on all fours. Unless he's shining a searchlight directly at him,
Yeah.
there's a very good chance he could fucking get away with that.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Kudos
he
for the
didn't.
attempt, but, you know.
Yeah. Marks out of 10 for the attempt, 9. Marks out of 10 for pulling it off, 0.
Wow! This one's for me, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Footballer dies after flesh-eating virus mistaken for tonsillitis. Fucking hell. Well, thanks for cheering me up, Mike. They were quite light-hearted. Here we go. We got a flesh-eating virus mistaken for tonsillitis. Luke Abrams from East Hunsbury died on the operating table, fuck me, at Northampton General Hospital after first complaining about a sore throat. The 20-year-old felt unwell last month and his GP at Penvale Medical Centre gave him antibiotics for tonsillitis. Alright, well, he's got a flesh-eating virus and he died, which is not what you want at all. And
He said he died on the operating table.
Died on the operating table.
A certain amount of people
the guy,
died.
obviously, he's terrible. But it is.
It's the state of the NHS nowadays, clearly. No, I mean, your average GP is not going to fucking recognise that, are they? He's goes in, I've got a sore throat, I've had it for a while. Oh, it's probably tonsillitis. Here's some antibiotics. Next.
Yeah. But he could have just died from the anaesthetic.
He could have too, that's also very true.
They lose a few every year because of, that's why every operation's got a risk with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Of course.
It's
Shit,
though, isn't it?
20 years old is no age, is it? Let's face it. Yeah, no, hasn't lived his life yet.
Massive shame.
Absolutely. Well done, Mike. Thanks for bringing that down. R.I.P.D. to you, Luke Abrams.
It's called weird news. It's a bit weird, isn't it? He had tonsillitis and he died of a flesh-eating virus.
Oh, yeah, it's not what you want, is it? Let's face it.
Where's he got that from? Surely, you want to find out where that comes
It's a
from.
new COVID variant. COVID 1.346X XD1 2000. Joking, obviously.
Well, they're fantastic. What's the
Moving
next
on.
one? Moving on.
Another football-related one. League One, or Ligue 1 I should say, Club Nice filed complaint after porn film shot at stadium during a match.
Fucking awesome.
What?
Yeah. Ligue 1 Club Nice.
Just say League One. Don't throw me French.
That's how it's pronounced, isn't it? That's what
Is
they
it
call
Ligue 1?
Oh, Ligue 1. Club Nice have made an official complaint to police after a porn film was shot at their stadium while the first team were playing a match.
What's the problem?
Nice won the game in question, beating Lille 1-0 on 29th of January thanks to a Gaëtan Laborde goal, but Laborde wasn't the only person scoring.
Yay!
Fans of the French club let them know that the steamy video had been shot during the Sunday game after clips emerged on social media. Les Aiglons are far from impressed and have made a complaint to police with legal action being considered. The company that operates the stadium, Nice Eco Stadium, have also filed a complaint as they don't want to be associated with the smutty mid-match footage.
Oh, I don't see the problem.
Where is it happening?
In the stands, I'm guessing.
The X-rated shenanigans did nothing to put Nice off their fine one in recent form.
Hang on, they got some fucking quality teams, quality players playing for them here. England international Ross Barkley, I'll call him an England international at this point, is a bit of a stretch. Ex-England international Ross Barkley. Wales hero Aaron
He
Ramsey.
couldn't cut it at Rangers last season.
Arsenal loanee Nicolas Pepe.
He was shit.
Former Leicester captain Kasper Schmeichel.
That's a good one, I suppose.
Ex-Fulham defender Joe Bryan. And the manager is Didier Digard. I've heard of him, sure I have. So I want to know if the porn film was filmed in the stands.
Well, just watch it. You'll find out.
I will do when I find out on porn.
I'm sure you can find it.
I don't see the problem.
Well, it's meant to be
A
family thing.
Well,
isn't it?
environment.
well, we don't know if the French Football League is the same as ours. Do we? I mean, I don't know if we're a family environment. They're not. I mean,
You don't watch a match and then look over and see someone fingering someone's arse, do you?
Why don't you go straight to fingering arse? What's wrong with just being bent over the fucking terrace and fucked?
I was trying to think of a horrible sort of gruesome image in a porn film that might happen. That you don't want to
You
see.
watch it when they go straight to arse fingering.
Some hairy armpitted French woman sat there with 3 cocks in her mouth, 2 up her arse and one in each hand like that.
You know, I mean,
You don't want to see that as a 12-year-old lad.
Not really.
Just going to watch your local football team.
but isn't that how everyone learns about the birds and the bees? Was it just me?
Alright, you take your grandma to your first football match.
Oh, Grandma, don't look!
That'd make us spit a false teeth out, wouldn't it?
Oh, Benjamin, what are they doing over there, love?
Don't look! I remember that.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, indeed.
Are we gonna whilst we're on football and sport, we're gonna quickly mention the fact about Gary Lineker and all of the other
Well, we can do.
absolute legend pundits.
By the time this comes out in 10 days' time, it might be irrelevant.
Resolved by that point.
Blown over.
But it's going to be resolved tomorrow, in all fairness, on Sunday.
But we can talk about it if you want.
I just think it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Gary Lineker, anybody that knows football from the 90s would probably have heard of the name Gary Lineker.
And ages.
Yeah, but more so the 90s. He was bigger name in the 90s, wasn't he, really? England star. You got Ian Wright, again, massive.
So what's Gary Lineker done?
So, all he's basically done, he's commented on the fact that he doesn't like the new
language.
What they've
the policy, the silent policy,
the migrant bill that they want to put through.
Yeah,
he doesn't have the language used by Conservative MPs, but he compares it to very similar language used by the Nazi Party in the 1930s to dehumanise certain segments of the population.
And all he did was make a comment on Twitter about
a truthful comment,
his own opinion. Because of that,
no, you can look at the language and you can compare it, and it's a fact.
Oh yeah,
it's a fact.
I suppose it is more of So even still, it's not even an opinion,
no,
is it?
It's a fact.
But yeah, because of that, he's been banned from presenting a show that he's been presenting for 20 years.
24.
There you go.
Has it been 24 years?
Yeah,
basically, since he stopped playing professional football, he was that much of a legend. Everyone still wanted to see him. So he became the presenter of Match of the Day.
Well, he was a pundit first, then he became presenter.
Yeah, but there wasn't much of a gap in between, was there?
I think
probably about 6 years, maybe.
He's a very good presenter.
But either way, he's a legend in lots of fields, like actually playing football and as a pundit.
He seems like a decent guy as well.
And he owns. He made a chain of pubs in Tenerife.
That was his brother.
Place like that. Lineker bars.
Yeah, it's his brother.
Oh. Mm-hmm. But he put his name to him though.
He's Lineker too.
Yeah. But he kind of.
It was his brother.
He endorsed them though, didn't he?
Well, of course, it's his brother. But
yeah.
Either way, and it's just quite funny because all of the other presenters have all gone, and they're all ex-footballers themselves. They're all legends in their own rights. But they've all gone. Well, if you're not letting him go on air, we're all standing with him. We're not going on air either.
A lot of the commentators too today.
They've got lots of commentators. They've got lots of little spin-off shows, other shows that aren't Match of the Day. There's 2 or 3 different shows that are kind of related.
They're all cancelled today.
And they've all cancelled everything.
Because on a Saturday in the UK, football's a big thing. You start off at midday on the interactive service of the BBC with Football Focus, and that would take you to the
final score.
Then final score, which is what you watch from 3 o'clock, and the results come in, and you all sit around going, "Oh, look at that! Oh, so and so's just scored." And they have reporters and commentators of the game, and they flip between them.
And then in the evening, they have the highlights.
Yeah, Match of the Day, where they show the video highlights.
It's been
and they have commentary, and they have
70
punditry.
years, hasn't it?
70 years the show's been going, over 70 years. And it's like a tradition on a Saturday night. If you like football, you always get back from the pub in time for Match of the Day. Or you watch it in the pub if you're looking for the service.
And tonight they're going to be broadcasting without presenters, without commentators, without
punditry. No players either. No clubs are doing.
No managers.
Interviews.
Basically, every person that's important to this has all gone. Gary Lineker is a fucking legend, and we are all standing in complete solidarity with him.
I love it.
And none of us are doing shit until you reinstate him. Basically, that's basically what everyone said.
So the BBC are going to have to do a humiliating climb down.
BBC have
it's run by the Director General, which is effectively a Tory, isn't he? He's a Tory donor.
He gave £800,000 to the Tory party. When Boris got in, he was then given the job of being head of the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, which is supposedly impartial.
Clearly isn't it? It
hasn't been impartial for quite a few years now, but even more so nowadays.
Yeah. Well, the evidence is there, isn't it? Because other commentators, political commentators, in fact, have spoken out on subjects, and they're meant to be more impartial than a football presenter, and they've not been. Nothing's happened to them because they're on the side of the establishment.
That's the thing, because he said something that's against the side of the establishment.
That's it.
They've gone, oh! So it just shows that they're not fucking impartial in any way, shape or form.
Of course they're not.
It shows their complete. What's the opposite to impartial?
Bias.
We already know the BBC is full of wrong-uns. They turned a blind eye to Jimmy Savile, for fuck's sake.
There you go.
Yeah, it was just a short segue because it was one of those little adverts.
It's a big story today, isn't it?
It's a big story today. It's hilarious.
Turns out, actually, just before we went on air, there was an update to the story where Gary Lineker's contract has certain ambiguities about his social media use, which means that even though Gary's a freelancer, technically, he signs a contract with the BBC to appear on a certain amount of shows per year, but he can work wherever he wants apart from that, contractually obligated to do Match of the Day, for example. Turns out there's certain ambiguities, and if they fired him, it would cost them millions, and because he would win any court battle against the BBC because of these ambiguities about social media use. The BBC are putting that to do a humiliating climb down. And who knows, Master Jason might still be salvaged a little bit.
We'll
Get
see.
one of the interns in. Just say.
No, he might. Who knows? He might. For all we know, because everyone's the news for 3 or 4 hours.
But as we say, when you listen to this, it might all be
Old news anyway, but it's just something irrelevant at this particular time for us.
Yes, actually, I feel the need to point out that when you hear this weird episode of the Weird News, it might be a couple of weeks out of date because the aliens might already be here.
yeah, they might be, yeah.
Because I'm going on holiday and we need to record a couple of episodes in advance, so there you go. Just pointing that out now.
Yeah, that won't affect this episode, so that was pointless, but go on.
Whatever.
So, finally, if you
I'm going on holiday.
if we
You just
remember,
wanted to get that in, didn't
I'm
you?
already on freaking holiday mode in all fairness.
so if we remember from a couple of weeks ago, I had an article that was about a guy that wanted to become a dog. Basically,
He was
bought a
fed up with
furry-
human relationships and wanted to be a dog for a bit, didn't
Yeah,
he?
he bought all these furry costumes essentially, but spent like nearly £13,000 on it, didn't he?
Yeah.
12.5 grand basically, and it is a fucking amazing costume. It does look like a bloody lassie.
dog, yeah.
That's a guy dressed in that.
Yeah. I think he's had the paws redone because we said last time the paws looked a bit dodgy. The
They
paws
still
in
look
this
a bit
picture look
dodgy.
a lot better.
Do they?
Yeah, I think they're not bad.
Maybe he needs his claws clipping.
He really does need his claws.
Or he
clipping,
needs to go for some walks outside on the
Yes, he
concrete.
does. Yeah.
So basically, the follow-up story of this gentleman, he's bought himself a giant dog cage so he can sleep in it now.
Right. Do you think it's become a bit sexual at this point?
Who lets him out?
Well,
Who
I guess
lets-
him. He has opposable thumbs.
Oh no, we'll get to that. No, don't worry.
Okay, so one of the best things about having your own home is the ability to do whatever you want. And one man from Japan, that means getting locked in a cage. Though that's arguably the very opposite to the kind of freedom you'd want to have at home. It allows Toko to help fulfill his dream of being a dog. Simple as that.
Noodle trains. Now fucking people in dogs. Japanese, man, they're on a different fucking planet.
Yeah.
Well, they're also in a lot of trouble because the way their birth rate and death rates now 2 to 1.
So, with nothing to worry about all day but being a good boy or girl and getting some belly scratches, most people would probably accept that it would be pretty great to be a dog. But Toko took things to the next level by forking out almost £12,500 for a realistic dog costume. Yeah, as we've seen before, it is fucking amazing. If you want to check it out, I guess just check out
Wait till Lad
Toko.
Bible, look.
Toko, the man dog.
Lad Bible.
I guess we'd probably bring it up, and it's Toko, T-O-C-O. But yeah, he's basically bought a full big dog cage,
Yeah.
really big dog
Yes.
cage, and yeah, he
I'm trying to
goes
justify a
in there.
£650 mermaid tail.
What?
Don't look at me like that, Pete.
You ain't buying one of
See, I'll
them,
go again.
Claire.
What the fuck?
No, I'm not allowing you to.
What the fuck?
And I'm going to make
What
sure.
are you gonna do
And I'm
with
going to make sure. I'm going to team up with Jamie and make sure
gonna
you
go-
do not spend £650 on a fucking. You can.
You can design it yourself, then rubber mould it.
Yeah,
everything.
What are you going to do with it?
Go to the fucking beach.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you'll drown. We're not designed to swim like that.
You can learn to swim like that.
How much core training have you done in the last 10 years, Claire?
God, well, I'll take down the local
Oh.
swimming pool first.
Oh, I'll just jump in and see how it goes.
How much core training have you done?
I might
Have
get
you
a
seen the
job.
women who swim in those mermaid tails, Claire?
I might get
They're
a job at
professional
Disneyland.
swimmers. They've got abs you can grate fucking cheese on.
There was also fat mermaids, mate. Give it a break.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I really don't, but...
Well, it'll tone me up, for
If-
sure, will
You
it?
know what?
Won't
It
it?
fucking will. You go for it, Claire. You do it. You get that tail.
But then I'll outgrow the tape. Well, I'll go too skinny and I'll need another one.
Yeah, you will. And then you'll get it.
So I can see where he's coming from. You know, fair play and live the dream.
I just
Yeah.
like that he gets clipped to a lead ready for a walk and even shows what a good pooch he is by handing over a toy in exchange for some scratches on the head. Now, personally, I think it's got a bit sexual now. Before it was like, I just like being a dog. I want to escape human relationships. We've all been there. No? We've all wished we were the dog at some point, haven't we? Oh man, what a life he's got. I'd love to lick me bollocks. I mean... This guy's just gone full on, it's now sexual. He's getting belly scratches, good boy.
Humping the leg, is he?
Maybe he's something like, he's getting led about on a lead. Come on.
The next follow-up will be about the operation he had to have his floating ribs removed so he can lick his own bollocks.
Maybe, you know what, you might be fucking right.
Oh, I've probably just given him the idea if he listens to this.
I don't know if we've got any Japanese listeners. Not since I butchered every name in the Om Shinrikyo episode a long time ago.
Maybe we should reach out
Not
to
since I killed every single Japanese pronunciation in that episode.
We'll reach out to him on one of his YouTube videos or something and message him and say, yeah, I've never thought about getting rid of your floating ribs like Prince.
You can't influence his decision, we've got to let it happen organically. Because it won't be news, it'll just be us making the news. Which I like the sound of.
Yes, let's do it.
He's the BBC.
No sending him spam about removing his ribs and blowing himself.
Sending him videos of Prince.
For $299.99, you too can be like Prince.
I like yours. $99.99 at $19.99. Tonight we're going to party like it's $19.99. Is that the punk road?
Should be $19.99, yeah.
So yeah,
tonight you can party like it's $19.99 for just $19.99.
And on that
note, oh man, I'm an advertising genius.
Sign off then.
And you are?
Remind me what my news was. I'm panicking.
Precious on. I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. I'm also going to be training for an MD in river removal science. You know what? Bring on the alien mothership. I need to fill it. I've got nothing else going on. Might as well fight an alien war.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. I forgot my news article.
I've been Pete. Yeah, if you're going to buy a dog costume, go all out and buy a fucking kennel for yourself as well.
Why bear make tail?